Coming up here, you're writing book 5.
Yeah.
Do you have some envisioned ending for the series at some point, or so long as families are giving you feedback and everybody's loving it, you're going to keep going?
I don't have the master plan for how it ends. So I think the books have to work a certain way. I think every book has to be a standalone, start to finish. I haven't read any others. I'm not going to read any more. I want to be fully satisfied by this book that I read. It has to have a mystery, adventure, mission, case, whatever you call the plot dynamic. It has to have emotional resonance, character arc. It has to have all these things. But I think a series also has to have a connection to the other books. And you want an ongoing storyline that is addressed and adapted and with enough satisfaction that I don't feel like, as a reader, I'm being teased along endlessly. So, for example, the famous in Friends, will Rachel and Ross get together, not to get together? And the problem with that is if they do, then you got to break them up, or you don't know how long the show's going to go. So I don't know how long the book series is going to go, and I don't have an ultimate answer to the big storyline, but I do try to resolve major parts of it, and I do try to keep that going. And I'm happy to write this for as long as Simon & Schuster is happy to publish it and people are happy to read it. But I will every now and then call my editor up and say, hey, like for instance, right now I'm contracted to at least 6 books. And I will write, I'll talk to my editor. She's awesome, Kristen Gilson. I'll talk to Kristen and I'll say, okay, Kristen, I don't want to put you on the spot. I'm not putting you on the spot. I know we are contracted at this point only to 6. I'm asking for any commitment other than that. But if in your mind 6 is the end, I need to know in 5 so that I can set up the stuff that we're going to want to do at 6 to wrap this up satisfactorily. And if not, or if you think it might be, I can put some of it in. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to set up the finale and then have us go 4 more books, because then it'll be like, wait, I thought we were building to something. And so she's been really good about that, and we'll talk, and luckily she said, I don't see any reason to wrap it up. So I'm like, okay, that's all I need to know. And so I don't know how long it'll go. I do know I'm starting a new series next year. One of the reasons I wanted to start the series partly is because I'm not doing television, and I want to have the security of, okay, I know what I'm going to be doing for a while, but also I wanted to be able to be ramping something up if and when City Spies ramps down, so hopefully readers have a continuous experience and I have a continuous connection with it. But I think for a while it's just going to be the two going simultaneously. And hopefully Sherlock Society catches on too, and I get to write more than just a couple of those.
Well, there you go, esteemed audience. If you want to see City Spies book 10, you better get out there and buy book 4.
Yeah. Or check out the library. We want to sell, but I don't want you to have to spend that much money to keep up with me. So just buy every now and then. Definitely buy Sherlock Society when it comes out. So that plot is really fun. That I'm really excited about. It's a multi-generational story in the sense that it's a 3-generation family in Miami, and the kids are bored, and the grandfather, is a retired columnist or investigative reporter from the Miami Herald, and so they end up investigating his old cold cases that he was never able to solve decades earlier, and he's kind of like the third wheel as they drive around South Florida, digging around the Everglades or going to the Keys, looking for Al Capone's lost treasure. All these, and it's a really fun dynamic that's different than what I've written, but still fits with what I've written.
And that's the first 2 are available now, and there are more coming.
No. Sherlock Society doesn't come out until 24. So I'm just writing 2 books a year now, and so that is. The day after I finish City Spies 5, I'm writing back on Sherlock Society. So keeps my mind
up with Framed. I wanted to ask, while we're talking about your series, City of the Dead, is that meant to be kind of a sneaky?
Oh, I can't believe I did that. So Dead City and City of the Dead, it was because the City of the Dead is a location in Egypt that they visit, and it's also another name for the necropolis where all the pharaohs are. and we liked the word city, and it fit. And then it wasn't only after we committed to it that, oh wait, I've already had a whole series called Dead City, now I have City of the Dead, and the Google algorithms will confuse. It's like, okay, well, it's done. So I like the
Well,
cover though.
the readers will fall in love with City of the Dead and they'll say, oh, well, now I'll go check out Dead City.
They're
They'll
very
be
different though. They're very different. There are no zombies in City of the Dead. There are, and it was fun to research that. Yeah. So on that one, I talked to a leading Egyptologist, and there's an amazing website called the Theban Mapping Project, where they are using computers and they're going in and they are mapping all the tombs in the Valley of the Kings, and pictures and diagrams and really detailed information. And it wasn't the same as being there, but boy, was I able to recreate a lot of it here from my office during COVID. It's pretty great.